Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Apex Investor. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you will know that Holo is taking off in a massive way, just not today, unfortunately. But in the last week, it's been going crazy. It was up as high as $9, I think $9.20, something like that. At one point, $9 something in any case. So let's try to understand what's going on here. The short end of it is volume has gone up from in the low millions to a high amount. I think I saw at one point 100. It was at 50 million one day on Friday, and then on Monday went up to over 100 million for a stretch, and then the New Year's Day, so that was a break in trading, and then went up. It's been pretty steady. It's found support at around $4, $4.30. So it's just not going below that. And I was going to sell, but I realized this is what it looks like before a squeeze happens. This steady pattern is showing it's prime for a squeeze because a lot of people have accumulated the shares and no one's selling, which is only going to exacerbate, or not exacerbate, but it's going to prime it for a squeeze. That's the best way to put it. How high will the squeeze be? It's hard to say, but the timing of it, according to one of the videos I posted, that you wait 1 week from the first peak. Here's the first peak. So 1 week from the 31st would be January the 7th. And ironically, they're giving a date. A date is circulating in terms of when it's going to explode. They're saying January 6th to the 10th, which would put that square in the middle of my predicted date, which is a week from the first peak, which again is December 31st, which is January the 7th. So look for something interesting to happen with Holo in terms of the short squeeze, pump and dump, January the 7th. That's all I'm going to say for that. How high will it go? I'm going to estimate a double of this. So $9, let's say 18, at least 18, maybe as high as 40. We'll see. So 18 to 20 could very much be a reality. So that is the first thing I want to present in this video. Today's volume was 28 million, not so great, still above average, but we would have wanted at least 50 million and in excess of that. And the 52-week range, I'm not going to go over that, but the days range 450 to 537, and pre-market was also high, above $6 if I remember correctly. So it's amazing how quick things can change with the stock. I remember I was down like 90% not too long ago, about a week ago. Now I'm only down 50% or so. So people are about to make big bank with this stock. And the other news in regards to Holo is that there was a news press release talking about how they're developing quantum computing technology. Okay, which leads me to the second big point I want to present in this video. It really should be two parts, but I don't have the time to divide it into two parts. I'm kind of time constrained right now. So this was released on the day of the first, Monday, when it really started to squeeze up to $9. On Friday it was going up, but not to the same degree. I think it was about $4 or $5, maybe even $6 at the highest on Friday. It says they're developing semiconductor quantum dot hole spin qubit technology, advancing the frontiers of quantum computing. So is this legit, or is this all, a bunch of making up, or they fabricating, pulling things out of their butt? I don't know. I really don't know. But that's not why I bought this company. It's not because of this technology. Like I said, funnily enough, I said they could invent time travel. I don't really care. So quantum computing is along those lines. And they say quantum computing is the way to crack into Bitcoin. If you want to hack into Bitcoin, this could cause the demise of the cryptocurrencies, period. And the interesting thing is I can't say yes or no. I don't know whether this is legit, because the Chinese, throughout their history of Chinese civilization and human civilization, they've come up with very interesting inventions, such as gunpowder. They invented gunpowder. So could they be the ones on the cusp of being the trailblazers and the first ones to lay the foundation for quantum computing, or be the first ones to venture into that? Maybe. I mean, they did get into gunpowder, so I wouldn't put that past them. So this could be real, but time will tell. But if you would hold your suspension of disbelief. Hold on a sec. Oh my God. This video is such a wreck. Okay, we are back. Sorry about the interruption. I'm probably going to be interrupted again, but in any case, so yeah, pardon the interruption. So what was I saying? I was saying, hold the suspension of disbelief, or I don't know if I said that right. Suspension of disbelief. Just go along with what I'm saying, okay? If Holo is legit, let's just say they're legit. Just pretend they are. How high could the stock go? Well, the best way to determine that is to look at IonQ, which is the only quantum computing stock that is focused on quantum computing, besides Holo, I guess you could say. And let's look at their chart. So they were trading at the $7 range, which is what Holo is doing. Isn't that interesting? Let's look at the last year. They were trading 52-week range, 622 to, there we go, 48.56. Could Holo reach 48.56? I think they could if they're legit. If they're not, then obviously no. But if they are legitimate and they have a valid claim, not just a claim, but their technology is working, they could be very well in this realm of they could enter the $40 territory and stay there, not just be a short squeeze and quickly phase out. They could stay there and beyond, because I don't know if IonQ has the technology to prove that their quantum computing works. It is approach. It's just approaches. It's all theoretical. They haven't done it yet. It's still in its infancy. It's going to be a game changer for AI. They all connect. Quantum computing, artificial intelligence, robotics, they all connect. And these are the most exciting industries moving ahead into the future in the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. It's going to be all about these, driving all of everything, all of technology, AI, robotics, and quantum computing. That makes sense. And cryptocurrency as well, driving the economy of things. So I'm very excited about this, although it is somewhat of an apocalyptic doomsday thing with cyberpunk being real and all these things, Neuralink and just the singularity and all these things where people are transhumanism and all that. I'm going to be flagged for this video now. But in any case, yeah, so this is where Holo could be in the $40 range. We can see it's only reached this point recently in the last couple of months. Only October, it was trading below $10 before October of 2024, and it's exploded recently. Only recently has it exploded. I think the stock still has potential, to be honest, IonQ. Okay, so that's all for that part of things. We're going to look at the subreddit. We just paused this. Okay, so I'm back at the subreddit for not Holo short squeeze, but Holo stock this time. And the cost to borrow fee is only going up and up. And it was going higher even before Monday. So I want to reiterate that I did see multiple sources talking about hold on till January 6 to 10 from many sources. Whether it's stock twits, I don't know. But there were multiple people saying, hold on, bro. Like, basically, I guarantee you it's going to go this high. It's going to squeeze in that. You don't want to not have Holo stock between January 6 to 10. And so I'm not the only one promoting this, because my reason to do so is not because of January 6 to 10. It's because of January the 7th being a week from the first peak, which we just saw with it going to $9. So this says here, this AI generated same chart as in February 2024 if shares outstanding was 20 million instead of 6 million. We've already seen $2.50 and $8. Let's head to next targets in the upcoming week. 3 times the float was traded today. I don't think we're done here. Wow, that is a good point. What is this date? Shares outstanding. 61 million shares traded today alone. Okay, so the outstanding shares must be a lot less now. That makes sense because the cost to borrow is increasing. I'm sometimes on the fence if this will go to the land of 25-30. I think it will. Yeah, I agree with this person. It's going to go double digits very soon, within the next week. So we're going to see that coming up, whatever day the 6th is. So that would be, I say 6, 7. So Monday, Tuesday, we should see some really big movement. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but starting Tuesday, I would say Tuesday at the latest. Okay, so I want to take a look at this image if I'm able to access that. All right, so this is the AI generated short squeeze. It's saying 250. What? February the 7th. Oh, they're saying if we plug in those numbers. Okay, so the squeeze would look like this: 250, which it was at around 250, went up to $8, which it did, and then 15, 25, and 50. Wow, that is some vision there. Could Holo go up to 50? Well, it's in the realm of possibility. It could go as high as 99. We've seen it happen 3 times in 3 separate occasions. The first 3 squeezes all went to 99, maybe even 100, but they were at least at 90 and even past 100 the first 2 times. The 4th squeeze, which was was one under the radar, that's when the stock went up to how much was that? I forgot right now, but that was in August. So let's take a look at that quick in closing, because I do count that as a squeeze. It's just not the squeeze that everyone expected. They didn't expect, they expected $100, but it didn't go up to 100. That was back in August. I just want to review that in terms of the reverse split, because when you look at the reverse split compared to now, yeah, it was a lot higher. Okay, here it is. So in August, see that prominent spike? So in light of the reverse split, it's saying it was $14. Actually, I remember it being that much. Okay, 14. So that would that be 140 then? I think it would be 140 then, if we're taking into account the reverse split of like $200, something like that. So that was a squeeze. We just didn't perceive it as such, but that's what they were trying to do, and it was right on schedule, the 6-month schedule. So 6 months from then would be February. So we could expect, the future is really interesting for this stock because we have 3 very important dates looking ahead in the next 30, 40 days. So the first date, obviously, as I mentioned, is January the 7th, which is a week from the first peak, which we just saw. We just saw that on the 31st, right here. We just saw that. How many days ago is that? 3 days ago? Because today is Friday. That was Thursday, Wednesday. That was Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we saw the first peak. So next Tuesday, between January 6th and 10th, as people are saying, will be the second peak, which will be the higher peak, and then it's just going to fold from that. And then you've got Chinese New Year's, which I believe is January the 29th, right? So that's the second date. And the third date is, according to the historical chart, every 6 months, the squeezes. So we can expect it somewhere around the end of February, because 6 months from August the 22nd or August 20, the August 20s, August 20 to 20, anyway, August 20s, the 20th days, or the mid August to late August. So mid February to late February, perhaps we'll see three huge events driving up the price. Maybe we'll see three pump and dumps. Maybe one is the bigger one, then we have two smaller ones. I don't know. Because if it does squeeze as early as January the 7th or January 6th to 10, that means we're ahead of schedule by like at least a month and 2 3 weeks, give or take. So wouldn't be following this 6 month schedule to a T, as it has been doing in the last four cycles now. Here's the first one, just to review. January 16, 6 months later. Actually, this 7 months later. Okay, you know what? It isn't to a T. That's 7 months, and then 6 months later is February. So we are within that. We're within 6-7 months. And then this one was February, and the next one was just in August. So that was 6 months, and then so 6-7 months. But we are ahead of schedule by 1 month. So it's not exactly to a T. It's every 5-7 months. So we have to change our formula, to so to speak. So it may not happen exactly in mid-February to late February. It could happen. It could be wrong, and maybe it is following it to a T. But time will reveal whether that is so. But just looking at the action we're seeing now, I think it will be following the 7 days from the first peak. Okay, so we have exciting times to look forward to. People on the subreddits are saying, "Oh, this is done. Sell now." Those are short sellers. They want you to sell so they don't have to pay a high price. That's what they're doing. They're trying to instill fear, uncertainty, and doubt so that they don't have to pay higher price for the stock. They want you to bail them out so they don't have to pay the cost to borrow, and they don't have to initiate a short squeeze. So that's why don't fall for the tricks. I think a lot of people are just holding on, as I am, and they're waiting for the real squeeze to happen, because this is only the harbinger of the short squeeze / pump and dump. Okay, so that's all for me. I wanted to do an update. It's been long overdue, but I was holding off because I wanted to see the first peak. But then again, there's so much stuff to update people on in regards to Holo stock, quantum computing. This first peak we saw on the 30th. When did it really start? I would say that was here, right? The 30th, yeah. And then it went up on the 31st. But even leading up to that, we did see it go up from $1, under $1.23 on the 27th, and then started moving the 27th. It was all on the 27th where it started moving up. Went from $1.20 something all the way up to $3. So it was showing signs of life, and then boom, here comes Monday, all the way up to $6, and then here comes Tuesday, $9. So what do we expect next week? More of the same, because it hasn't come down. This is strong support, people. Look at that. It's not going below $4. People are waiting. They're buying more. And the hundreds of millions of volume, they're waiting for this squeeze. They know it's going to happen. Everybody feels in their bones. If you sell, it's up to, it's your fault if you lose out. But I'm not going to sell below $10. I'm waiting for at least double digits. And I think that's not a certainty. It's not a guarantee, but it's just common sense at this point. Look at this. Look at that rising graph. It's going to double whatever $9 is, $18. So I would say it's a safe play. Looking at the historical chart right here, based on the previous resistance of 14, you can expect at least 10, 14, maybe 18 to double up what we just saw on the 31st. And then when you saw that AI generated, when you plug in the previous short squeeze, it's looking like 25, 50. I don't know. I think they're just throwing numbers out of the air, or pulling numbers out of the air, but I think it's closer to 20 to 40. And I've been saying that for the longest time. But if it hits 99, holy smoke, that's going to be amazing. But I would wait for the next, until Tuesday, and see how that kind of pans out. But next week will be the last week where we should not be holding Holo stock anymore, in my humble opinion, unless you really believe that they are doing quantum computing, it's legitimate, and they have the tech, and maybe you're an insider, something I don't. So you're going to hold on to it because you see it becoming the next Ion Q. That's up to you. But for me, I can't wait to get off this ride and buy into actual, companies that have a historical track record of success, like McDonald's, like Walmart, like Costco, and even to some degree Rich Tech Robotics, which exploded recently. So that's all for me. Thank you very much for your time. Till next time, I bid you all, God bless you all, and God bless your investments. Have a great weekend. Holo to the moon, baby, is coming up Tuesday. Stay tuned.